Okay, Susan, you could put us on the record. This is a matter of Dennis Buzzard versus BBN Finance LLC and Brandon Buzzard. Mr. Schwartz is here on behalf of the plaintiff. Mr. Brandon Buzzard is also present. We're here, Mr. Schwartz, on your motion to strike the document that the court docketed as an answer to the complaint.
That's correct, Your Honor. I think the motion's relatively straightforward. The purported answer just doesn't comply with the court rules. We're simply asking that the court strike it and require Mr. Buzzard, if he's going to answer moving forward, to actually file an answer that conforms with the court rules.
So, Mr. Buzzard, the court rules do require that when you answer a complaint, that you respond in numbered paragraphs corresponding to the numbers that are in the complaint. So what you need to do is go through that complaint. For each numbered allegation, you have to state an answer. Your answer should either admit or deny or explain why you can't admit or deny. I will tell you this answer will only apply to you. It will not apply to the LLC because you cannot represent an LLC in a court proceeding. Only a lawyer can do that.
Okay. And in fact, Your Honor, the LLC has been defaulted.
All right. So, Mr. Buzzard, I'll give you 14 days from today's date to file that proper answer to the complaint. Just make sure you get it to the court within 14 days of today's date, and that will address Mr. Schwartz's motion.
Okay. Can I ask, how do I get it to the court? I mean, is it through
through mail?
Okay.
I mean, the problem is, where are you located?
I'm here in Jackson, Michigan.
It's probably be a good idea to actually drop it off. The mail has just gotten horribly slow. Although, frankly, if it got held up in the mail, I'm likely to be lenient with that. But the safest way to make sure it gets here is to just drop it off for filing.
Okay. I assume things may have changed at the court. The last time I was there, several weeks ago, the bailiff or security officer denied access due to the COVID thing. So if they go to the courthouse, will they allow you to enter?
I believe so. We're waiting right now for the Supreme Court to approve our Phase 3 local administrative order, which is supposed to take effect this coming Monday, which does allow greater access to the court. I mean, if you were to do this answer today and stick it in the mail today, you would be safe. I'm sure it'll get here within 2 weeks. So today, get it in the mail today. You shouldn't have any problem.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Schwartz, you'll submit an order to this effect?
I will. If I could just add one thing, Your Honor, it might be helpful if the court were to set a status conference shortly after the due date for Mr. Buzzard's answer. To me, the issues in this case are relatively straightforward. My client's looking for some information. There's not even a damages claim. And my client just feels like he's getting the runaround on the information. So if the court maybe would be willing to entertain the status conference to help move this along quickly, I think it might be useful.
I certainly would. I did read the document that the court docketed as an answer, which frankly, whenever they get something from a pro per litigant in a case, they docket it as an answer. They don't have any other way of docketing it, frankly. We can't docket a letter. But as I was reading that, it sounds like Mr. Brandon Buzzard is saying, I don't have this information.
Yeah, to add a little color to that, Mr. Buzzard was the appointed manager under the operating agreement, and he's the resident agent. So if he doesn't personally have it, our position would be, of course, that he had control over that information. He has told me informally through several conversations that there may be other witnesses that have that information, folks that worked with him. We're just trying to get the information. So if I need to do depositions or things like that to get this information, fine, so be it. I'm just hoping to maybe jump over that hurdle quicker than actually going through a deposition.
Why don't we do this? Once you get an answer, contact my secretary for civil matters. Her name is Nadine Bollinger. And just let her know that you'd like to have an early status conference, and she'll set one for you.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. And Mr. Buzzard, the process will go along a lot more smoothly if you cooperate with Mr. Schwartz and letting him know who he should be talking to or where he might be able to find this stuff. I realize that a lot of times in LLCs, there's a total lack of formalities. People form them and frankly fail to do a lot of the things that you would normally expect of a legal entity that's been authorized by the state of Michigan. But if court intervention is needed, you know where I am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. Mr. Donahoe has not logged in yet. Let me see if I can get him on the phone. It's possible he's in another courtroom. I have not received any communication from him indicating that he's unable to appear today.
No, me neither. And I talked to him just the other day. So, you want me to try to call him, Judge, or you're gonna?
No. If I get him, then we can just have him appear by phone.
Sounds good.
Thanks for calling Donahoe Legal. Please leave your name and a phone number, and I will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Mr. Donahoe, this is Judge LaFlamme. A matter of Peterson versus Wise Choice was docketed for 9 o'clock this morning. Mr. Marienfeld is present. We are wondering where you are. If you get this message, please log in immediately. Well, what's he telling you? He's still having trouble getting cooperation from his client?
Yeah, I think he is. I don't think it's Mr. Donahoe at all. His client's telling him he's in Pakistan, and my client just said he was at Performance Automotive 2 weeks ago buying parts. They know him pretty well over at Performance, so I think he's playing games. That's my 2 cents, and he has not answered since your order. I don't mind giving Tony a little time. I'll defer to you, of course, but I'd like to make sure he knows about the hearing. And we did send it to him. I double checked. We did. He's got it. So I'm not sure what happened.
The time is well past for responding. I'm certainly willing to issue a further order that says if full and complete responses, whatever it is that you're asking for, answers to interrogatories, are not provided by 14 days from today's date, whatever that is,
Okay.
The court will enter a default against both defendants.
I will prepare an order and send that to Mr. Donahoe.
Yeah, I mean, even if he had been here, I would have done the same thing, so.
I assume that. So I appreciate it, Your Honor. Hopefully that's it for your morning.
Oh, got a couple, two more. Two more at 10:30, a nice light morning, and 3 adoptions this afternoon, so.
Ooh, sounds like a
nice
heavy
light
afternoon.
day.
I've
Hopefully I'll
heard you've
get
been
some-
having people coming over there.
Lawyers have been able to come if they want, and then